All right, so we've gone over different components of an argumentative essay, and today I'm going to dive into a little bit more information and examples of how to do a concession rebuttal paragraph, because that is going to be the focus of our assignment that is upcoming for our argumentative review. So, I would like to review the 6 steps, starting with the beginning of the paragraph and going towards the end. I am going to just be breaking down the first part, showing the example, and then going back and breaking down the second part. So, to get started, we have the first 3 steps, which are state the counter argument. That is when you state that there is an opposite side to whatever it is that your claim is. Provide evidence that supports that counter argument. You got to show the evidence that other people are trying to use against the argument that you're creating, and then explain how the evidence is connected to the counter argument. I have grabbed a student sample from last semester senior writing class to show you how they set up the beginning of their concession rebuttal paragraph. It is true that businesses have tested if paid maternity leave really affects the income or productivity of the company. So, this is showing the counter argument and stating it at the beginning of the paragraph. Then, evidence. As said in the same newspaper, the real cost of paid parental leave, 89% reported either positive or negative effects on productivity. We have their text-based evidence that's quoted and cited in APA format, which we will be talking about in the coming weeks. This is a very good thing. It shows that if people do offer paid maternity leave, companies may not see a difference. So, this person connects the evidence to the counterclaim, even states it as a good idea to show how the opposition is trying to make a good point. Now, obviously, we can't just end a concession rebuttal paragraph there because we don't want our audience to believe that the counter argument is better than the argument that we have created. So we have to do the last 3 steps, which is introduce the rebuttal. And remember, the rebuttal is your claim. It goes against the counterclaim. Provide evidence for the rebuttal that disproves the counter argument. And explain how the evidence is connected to the rebuttal and is superior to the counter argument. So let's see how this student sets up their rebuttal portion. They start with a question, but is the company willing to take that risk? And what about women who experience loss of job progression due to the time away from their job, proving their importance to the company? So they are starting with a question that questions the validity of the concession or counter argument. And then they are leading into evidence that will ultimately support their claim and show the strength of their claim. As said in Do Longer Maternity Hurt Women's Careers, the longer the new mothers are away from paid work, the less likely they are to be promoted, move into management, or receive a pay raise once their leave is over. They are also at greater risk of being fired or demoted. So we have our text-based evidence that's quoted from a credible source that supports the claim. Now they need to connect their claim to the evidence. Though people may think the loss of the job over committing the responsibility of a mother and taking care of a new child is obscured, the loss of a job due to not being caught up to other people who didn't take time off is not. Remember, we are supposed to show how the claim that is being made by you, the author, is much stronger than the counter argument. Companies who give paid maternity leave are setting their employees up for failure in the workplace. It is very important that you take note of not only the structure of the 6 steps and the way that it's executed in this paragraph, but also that this is one paragraph. It is one full paragraph. It's not 2 separate paragraphs where the concession is written in a paragraph and the rebuttal is written in a paragraph, but it is a full paragraph. And remember, this goes after your body paragraphs that have much more evidence that supports your claim. So now it is your turn. Have been given the opportunity to use a topic, an already given claim, and then create and identify the evidence that would go along with your concession and the evidence that would go along with your rebuttal. So based on the evidence that you see here, you have to decide which one of these pieces of evidence, number 1 or number 2, goes with my claim and which piece goes with my concession. And then once you know that, you can go back to your 6 steps and plug everything in. Okay, I have to start by setting it up with my concession. So I have to use that piece first. Then I have to use the evidence that goes with the concession. Then I have to explain it. Then I have to go back to my claim and rebuttal this concession by restating the claim, proving why the claim is stronger, again, identifying which piece of evidence goes with my claim and plugging that in, and then explaining why the claim that has been chosen is much stronger than the concession. Make sure that you use those 6 steps, that you use the sample paragraph to help you create this paragraph. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Thank you for watching this video.